Okay, our last type of problem we are going to deal with is like problem 4 here, where I'm given some information and we want to write our equation in standard form. So here's my graph. I know that I have these points at 0, 5, and 0, -5. It's kind of hard to tell from your graph if our ellipse is wider or taller. But since my foci are on this vertical axis, that tells me that our ellipse is taller and that these are our vertices. Okay, and whatever this number is here, that would be our covertex. We don't know what that value is though. It's somewhere between 4 and 5. We don't know what the number is. Okay, well let's start off with what we know. We know equations of ellipses in standard form would be x squared over something plus y squared over something equals 1. We know that. We also know now that our ellipse is taller because this major axis that contains our foci is vertical. So these values, the 5 and the -5, have to be related to our y squared here. So y squared over 25 is part of our equation. Whatever is underneath here would be where our covertex is squared, but again, we don't know where that is. But let's use what we do know. We do know that the focus is at 0, 2. The focus, the origin, and the covertex form a right triangle. Oops. And if I pull that right triangle out to the side here, we can do some math to figure out what this distance would be, what our covertex is. Okay, we know our focus is at 0, 2. So this leg of a right triangle is 2. We don't know this length from our origin out to our covertex, but this hypotenuse is the same distance as our origin out to the vertex. And I know my vertex is at 5. So this length has to be 5. Okay, we use our Pythagorean theorem. 2 squared plus x squared equals 5 squared. 2 squared is 4. X squared is 21. So x is the square root of 21, and that doesn't simplify at all. And that matches up too because the square root of 21 is somewhere between 4 and 5, which is what our graph shows. In our equation though, x squared over whatever this is where our covertex is squared. Square root of 21 squared is 21. So our final equation, x squared over 21 plus y squared over 25 equals 1, and that's our answer.